Hello and welcome to another episode of Regrowth Reloaded. Okay, this is episode 75, so we're going to be doing something a little special today. But before we do that, I want to show you a couple of things I've been working on here. So let's first of all come over here into our little chamber that we built. As you can see, I've got a world anchor here and I've got some nodes in here. So I went ahead, moved my nodes in. I had 6 of them. We're down to 5 now. And we're building up our master node. We're charging it up, and as you can see here it is. This node has a little bit of everything on there. We got Aqua, Air, Ignis, Ordo, what is that? Perdicio, I think is what that one is, and Terra. So we got all 6 of our main and you can see the zapping it's doing here. It's feeding off of these other nodes in the corners and charging itself up. So we've got everything that we could ever want in this node. I mean, I'm going to let it run for a little while longer, and the next episode I will do something and show you how we're going to use this charged up node for other things. But as you can see, we've got this one here. There's a little bit of air, tiny bit of Ignis left in it, some Perdicio I think is what that is. This one's still got quite a bit of Terra in it. This one's got, you know, just a little bit of those left in it. And this one here is also doesn't have too much left in it. But I'm letting this run. I put in a world anchor in here. And this is actually a chunk loader that's available in the pack, and we're going to need these later on when we get into the Millionaire mod, which is like chapter 15, which isn't open for us yet, because I know that they have issues with that. So you got to put these chunk loaders in the different villages we're going to have to be building in order for that to work properly. Now all this is, let me go ahead and show you what that recipe is. So we're going to look at this here. We're going to look at world anchor, and that is 4 mana steel, 4 obsidian, and a mana pearl. Dirt cheap to make. And then these things run off of mana pearls. So, or I'm sorry, ender pearls. So you I put a stack of ender pearls in here. Each ender pearl will allow this thing to run for 12 hours real time. So 16 ender pearls will allow this thing to run non-stop for 8 days straight in real time. So I just load that up, and then I've got this thing. I just do some AFK while I'm working on my trees and whatnot, and it's been building up our charged node. So let's run back over to our base. And I want to show you the new trees I've been working on. So you can kind of see some of them here in the distance. Let's run over here. We got 4 new ones. And I'm working on a 5th one as well, but that's still slow going at the moment. First one, we finally got our yellow Moranti, which has this kind of chocolatey brown wood, reddish brown. Here, kind of a nice tree, kind of big. This is a desert acacia, which kind of looks a little bit like the regular Minecraft acacia. Kind of doesn't, but it's got this like kind of greenish wood. Might find a use for it. Then there's this one here called Iroko. So let's take a look at what the wood looks like on this. You can see it's kind of this orange colored wood. Interesting, might be able to find some use for it. And this one here is Cocobolo. And this one, I love the wood in real life, and it does kind of look like this. It is kind of this nice reddish brown with the dark tree rings on it. And I've seen some like ukuleles that were made from that wood, and they're just absolutely beautiful. So we might find some use for that in here for some decorative builds. And over here I am got some balsa trees going. I got some more cocobolos here, and we're trying to get what wenge is the wood that we're trying to get from these. So I'm just waiting for this. I probably got the pollen in here, but I'm not going to do that right now. That stuff's kind of boring. Just pollinate the tree, and hopefully we get some wenge saplings. Now the wenge is a 2x2 tree, so we're going to need at least 4 saplings before I can show those off to you. So it might take me quite a while before I can actually get those. So let's head downstairs, and I'm going to show you what we're going to be doing today. Pick up this egg. There we go. Eat a little something. All right. So, yes, it is episode 75. There's something I've been putting off for a while that we really need to do. So, let's take a look in our quest book. We're going to go show our quest. We're going to come in here to chapter 3, The Way the World Works. We have 2 quests open. And, yeah, the end of the line. While defeating the Endermen provided no insight into the cataclysm, you seem to recall them having broken through from another realm in the past. Perhaps you may learn more by paying a visit to their patron in their homeland. You know little about the realm known as the End, let alone how to get there. Perhaps some form of magical essence may be of use in that regard. Okay, so we can either go search for an end portal somewhere, or we can craft one ourselves, and that's what this is for. This is an end portal placer, and then we need 12 eyes of ender. We know how to make eyes of ender. Those are just ender pearls with some blaze powder. End portal placer, let's take a look at the recipe for that, is 9 ender essence, like that. So in here I've got our eyes of ender, and I've got our essence of ender. So let's go ahead and make that real quick. There we go. We have our end portal placer. Now this will put down an end portal frame in 5x5 centered around your feet, removing any blocks if necessary. So there's that. What else do I have in here? Of course, we got these. I want my armored jetpack, and I'm taking an extra tank of hydrogen. We've got the crystal bow that we crafted last time. I'm going to keep my Terra Blade and my pickaxe on me because we're going to need those. I need this arrow to go with it. I don't need that or that. Or my mattock. I'm going to leave the thermometer behind. We can always come back later. Don't want to lose my quest book. I'm going to keep the baked potatoes because I'm going to be using this magical potion. I was originally going to use magical food, but I made a magical potion. We had been given one in a quest at one point, but I don't know where it's at. We might have used it. But let's take a look at the magical potion. Let's take a look at the recipe for that. And that is made up of fire resistance, water breathing, strength 2, regeneration, night vision, and speed. And all of these are the 25-minute ones. And these are made using the petals with a water bottle and an extreme essence. So I've made all 6 of those. You combine them together and you get the magical potion. See, I'm going to take our crossbow. I don't need the shovel. You put the bolts in here too. I want to take a chest in case I need it. I'm going to take glass bottles because we need to collect some ender air while we're there. And I'm going to take my cobblestone. Okay, that should be everything that we need. So let me go ahead and put on my jetpack. Put my chest plate aside. And we should be good to go. So let's head upstairs. I probably need to sleep real quick. And then we'll set up our end portal frame. Yeah, we need to sleep. So let me do that. And I'll be right back with you. All right, so we slept through the night. I'm going to head over here. And what I want to do is I'm going to put this end portal frame inside the cave that we have here behind the waterfall. Now, I'm going to do something here, and I need to explain to you why I am doing this. I'm going to, first of all, put the game into peaceful mode. And difficulty peaceful. And that's going to kill off that slime that we saw there. Now, the reason I am doing this is because if you recall several episodes ago, if you've been watching the series all along, I had a mod in the pack at one point that would prevent Endermen from picking up blocks, because I got tired of them picking up my dirt and making a mess all over the place. So I put that mod in place to try to prevent the Endermen from picking up the dirt and making a mess out of everything. And the problem is the mod author gave them something else to hold. That thing that they held was end portals. So they actually had end portal blocks that they were dropping all over the world. And we'd be running along, and we'd find an end portal, you know, just floating here. And I'd have to go over there and smash it real quick because I didn't want to walk into it. Well, the problem is, and eventually I took the mod out because I'm like, okay, I'd rather deal with having to replace dirt here and there than have wander along and walk into an end portal when I'm not ready for it. Well, the problem is there are still end portals in this world that I haven't found and destroyed. I went into this earlier. This is actually the second time I'm recording this. I went into this earlier. We got this far. We put down our end portal just like this. Let's see, I am at the 1, 2, 3. So we put down our end portal. I loaded up my Eyes of Ender, and when I stepped into the end, everything froze up. There were 1,700 mobs in the end that had wandered through these end portals that are still floating around in this world. So, it was a lag fest. I mean, seriously, we dropped in and we were surrounded by creepers, slimes, spiders, skeletons, witches. Everything was there, and I couldn't do anything. I eventually had to exit out of the world. I tried going into peaceful to kill them all off. It just kind of, seriously, we were getting 0 frames per second. So I logged out of the world. I went in. Luckily, we have Aroma Backup running. I grabbed a backup from a couple hours ago and restored it, and this is where we're starting off again. So I'm putting it in peaceful now so that when we go in there, those 1,700 mobs should immediately disappear. That's also going to mean that all the mobs that are on the island are going to disappear, but this should not affect the dragon. I do not think that she will disappear. And then once we know we're clear, I'm going to set the difficulty back to normal, and then we're going to fight the dragon like we normally would. So, fingers crossed that this is going to work. So, let's jump in. Okay, I don't see any mobs anywhere, but I don't see any... Okay. There's the land. This is lagging like crazy. Okay. Mobs galore. Okay. Alright, let me just play this out and see what happens. I'll be right back with you as soon as we're ready. All right, that was ridiculous. It must have taken 20 minutes to clear out all the creatures that were in here. Looks like we might have gotten rid of our Ender Dragon as well. But let's see. Game mode normal. Is that correct? No. Right now I'm in creative. Game mode S. Now we're back in survival. Difficulty normal. Alright. Now, we may need to respawn the Ender Dragon, and let me try digging my way up first. See what we're up against. Okay, we've got tons of Endermen on the surface now. Okay, I hear angry Endermen. Okay. I do not see a dragon anywhere, so let me quickly look and see what it takes to get the dragon back in here, because we need her, otherwise we're not going to be able to get out of the end. So hang on, I'll be right back with you. Alright, let's see if this is going to work. I want to move a little closer to the inside because I was out by the edge. Alright, summon Ender Dragon. There we go. Now I'm going to change this to hover mode. That probably wasn't a smart thing to do. Oh, I've got two of them. Holy moly, that wasn't smart. Oh well, I guess we're going to be fighting two dragons then. Yeah, this is 1.7.10, so things are a little bit different in here. As in, the towers don't have the cages around them. Okay, there's one there. the one tower left. Okay. There's one up there and one down there. Like, and one over there. Yeah, this one's got towers everywhere. This is the last one. Let's switch over to our crossbow. So let's see. Okay, where'd they go to? Drop something on the floor. Sorry, I'm a little quiet here. I'm just trying to concentrate on this, since I'm battling 2 dragons instead of 1. quick. Come over here. Come on. Come back. Come on. Come on, Mr. Dragon. Couple more shots ought to do it. Hopefully we don't get knocked off of here. There we go. Number 2 down. All right. There's our yellow heart. You want to attack me? That's fine. I'll fight back here. Oh, I should have brought some the scoop with me. Anyways, we got 2 dragons for the price of 1. And looks like I got that's funny. I actually have 2 of these things that we can deal with. Alright. So, let me do this. I want to get my dragon egg. So, should have a dragon egg up there. So let me cover this up. That's why I brought the cobblestone, but go ahead and do this. Go ahead and get one of these torches because we're going to do that. There's a dragon egg down there. We're going to dig underneath it like this, like this. Here. Going to put down a torch. There. Knock this out, and we have 1 dragon egg Hooray. Alright, since we did kill a second dragon, we may as well claim the other egg too. We did earn it. Kind of want to do... That's interesting how it built that one right into the side of the pillar. I'm doing this so it doesn't fall into there. Let's go ahead and touch that. And where did it teleport to? There. Teleport it there. So let's jump down here. And we're going to go ahead and pick this one up too. There. And boom. 2 dragon eggs. All right, so let's okay, before we forget, we need to collect ender air. So I'm going to grab a bunch of bottles here. There we go. Do these stack? Yes, they do. I'm just going to go ahead and get a whole bunch of this stuff. We probably don't need that much. Alright, now let's get out of here and get back home. Which portal should we take? It doesn't matter. Both should lead us back. Now let's go ahead and get rid of the blocks that I used to cover this up. Alright, let's jump back in. Alright, so that wasn't as bad as I thought it could have been, but let's go ahead and put some of this junk away. And let's take a look in our quest book, which is in here. And we went to the end, we visited there, we killed the Ender Dragon, and we're going to get a reward of a companion title scroll and a red heart canister. So let's go ahead and claim our reward. So let's take a look at our companion title scroll. That goes, if I remember, equipment, yep, and we got title scroll slot there. Let's go ahead and put that in there, and let's take a look at ourselves. We got a dragon flying over us. How cool is that? Alright, is there any other quests in here that we have completed? So let's go ahead and come back here. Imitation Air or Ender Acquisitions. Your encounter with the Ender Dragon provided a little insight into what might have happened to the world, only really confirming that the Ender forces had no role in it. You did, however, notice that the atmosphere in the end seems almost heavier than the overworld, and wonder if there might be some reason to steal some of the air there in a glass bottle, lest it prove useful later. Simply right-click with a glass bottle in hand while in the end in order to fill it with Ender air. So we did that. I collected like 65 bottles of it. We're getting 8 more, so let's go ahead and claim our reward. Anything else? No. Alright, so that's going to open up us Guardians of the Earth. That was already open, but we're moving a little bit closer to that. That is not something I'm going to do today. This took far longer than I was hoping it would, but we got the quest done. All right, well, that's it for this episode. It was kind of a pain in the neck one for me. This recording went way longer than I was hoping it would, but that whole mess with the end and with the end portals and the basically the thing being chock full of monsters when we first stepped through there kind of wasn't good. And then I thought the end dragon wasn't there, so I summoned a new one. And guess what? I had to fight 2 end dragons, but we did it. It wasn't as difficult as I thought it was going to be. I guess it's a lot easier in modded than, of course, in vanilla, which I'm going to have to try sometime soon. So in the next episode, I hope we're going to work a little bit more on some of the TheCraft stuff to try to get that thing completed with the charge node, and I'll show you how all that works. So until next time, this is Desert Rat. Having a good one. Goodbye.